Good morning, everybody. Namaste. Thank you for coming to my living room to share some power yoga with me this morning. We'll have a 90-minute practice, which will start in just a couple of minutes. So get online, get set up, and we'll begin. And please enjoy this beautiful music that was given to me by Yoga Soul Rising, who's an incredible musician. And thank you for sharing your music with us, Soul Rising. So many people joining in today. Thank you so much. Hopefully you can hear the music. I'll bring it a little bit closer. You can enjoy the beautiful sounds of Soul Rising. Okay, welcome everybody. We'll get started in just a couple of minutes. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. We have beautiful music this morning from Soul Rising. I got special permission so I could share it with all of you. It's incredible, and I love his music, so I want to really thank him for being so generous. And I know it's difficult for some yoga teachers right now to share music, so I feel really blessed for that. Please give me some kind of signal that you can hear it and also hear my voice over the music. Thank you. Try to have a couple of blocks for your practice today. Today we're going to be working into some variations of Mayurasana, peacock pose. So Pincha Mayurasana and full Mayurasana. And hopefully I won't have too many issues with dogs that I have to leave the screen, but if I do, it will just take a moment. Okay, let's get ready to start. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to give out some waves to all the people that have tuned in already this morning. Thank you so much for sharing your time and energy today. We'll be focusing on a 90-minute power yoga practice with an emphasis on peacock pose. So if you have a wall or some kind of support in the space that you're working in, you can use to help you balance. That's great. If not, we'll just do that preparation for the poses. So don't worry if you don't quite have what you need set up to support yourself. I hope you had a wonderful first day of spring yesterday. Hi Babita, good morning. So nice to see you on here. So many people. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. All right, let's get started today in a seated meditation. I want to read to you from the book, The Untethered Soul, as I've been doing the last few days. I'll just turn this down just a little bit. So find a nice tall seat. You can sit cross-legged onto a block. You're welcome to use no blocks at all. You can even take Virasana pose, which is sitting on your shins. So find your nice tall seat. Close your eyes if you like and just listen in. This whole yoga practice is about opening up the 7 energy centers, our chakras, and we always do that through a variety of pranayama, breathing, through meditation, through the asanas. And this is what Michael A. Singer from the Untethered Soul has to say about that. The more you stay open, the more the energy flow can build. At some point, so much energy comes into you that it starts flowing out of you. You feel it as waves pouring off of you. You can actually feel it flowing off your hands, out of your heart, and through other energy centers. All these energy centers open and a tremendous amount of energy starts flowing out of you. What is more, the energy affects other people. People can pick up on your energy and you're feeding them with this flow. If you are willing to open up even more, it never stops. You become a source of light for all those around you. And through this practice, we are all being beautiful sources of light in a time that's very challenging and very dark for so many people. So with gratitude, take a moment to let that sink into you, that through this practice, you are becoming a beacon of light. The most important thing in life is your inner energy. If you're always tired and never enthused, then life is no fun. But if you're always inspired and filled with energy, then every minute of every day is an exciting experience. Learn to work with these things. Through meditation, through awareness and willful efforts, you can learn to keep your centers open. You do this by just relaxing and releasing. You do this by not buying into the concept that there's anything worth closing over. Remember, you love life. If you love life, and I'm sure you do, nothing is worth closing over. Nothing ever is worth closing your heart over. So keep your heart open today. Enjoy this beautiful practice. You can always tune into it later if you can't stay for the whole thing. And all of the videos that I've been making so far this past week, there's I think 5 of them. They're all online. And I hope that you enjoy all of them and use them as a way to keep open and keep the energy flowing and continue to be that beacon of light for all those around you. Let's start with a beautiful chant, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, a chant for peace, peace for yourself, peace for each other, for all of us in this collective group wherever we are, and peace for the whole world. Take a deep clearing breath in through your nose. Big sigh out your mouth. Release, let go. Ha. Inhale to begin. Big breath. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bow your mind into the light of your beautiful heart. Welcome yourself to your practice. Set an intention for your practice today. Allow yourself to be that beacon of light. And stay with this intention throughout the practice. Breathe it in with every inhale. Allow it to soften in with every exhale. With gratitude for each other, for this community, and for the healing power of yoga. Namaste. And let's begin together, standing at the top of our mat. Hands to heart center, Samastitihi, Tadasana pose. Let your feet ground down into your mat. Spread your toes wide, outer edges of your feet, inner edges of your feet pressing down. Rock your weight from toes to heels. Get centered. If you need, feet can be hip distance apart. Take a deep cleansing breath in through your nose. Full breath out your mouth. And now starting to keep the lips closed, bringing in the Ujjayi breath, that slight constriction in the throat. Create a long, deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Create a humming-like sound. Even though you might be the only person around you, make sure you can hear your own breath. On your inhale breath, sweep your arms out and wide. Reach up, Urdhva Hastasana, palms touch, all the way up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach your arms up to the sky, full stretch. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, palms to shins or fingertips to your toes, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, Urdhva Hastasana, palms touch, look up, curl tailbone to your heels, maybe arch back. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, look forward. As you exhale, plant your palms, step your right foot back, left foot back, high plank, Utthita Chaturanga Dandasana. We'll have 5 breaths here to strengthen and fortify the core. So draw your belly in, press into your finger pads, dome the upper back. Rock forward more on the toes, gaze forward in front of your hands. Take 1 more deep breath in here and stay here for the exhale. And now if you like, you can stay or do 5 Chaturanga push-ups. Inhale to lower down, exhale to push up for 5. 4, you can use your knees. 3, 2, and 1. 1 more inhale here. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Another deep breath in and a long breath out. Come behind your toes, bend your knees a lot, look forward to the top of your mat. Lightly walk, step or hop. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, palms touch, look up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center and beside you, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, plant your palms, left foot and right foot, step back. Again, we'll hold here for a few breaths to fortify and strengthen the core. You can stay here, you can lower your knees, or 5 Chaturanga push-ups. Inhale to lower, exhale to push up. Root through the finger pads. Inhale to lower, exhale to push up. 3 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Use your Ujjayi breath. Inhale, exhale. 1 more deep inhale here. Good. Stay for your exhale. Take another inhale breath. Exhale, hips back and up. Take an inhale breath, lift your hips high. Exhale, press your heels down. On your inhale breath, look forward. Walk, step, or hop all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Now we'll build into the back, a back bend into our Surya Namaskar. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. We'll meet in a low push-up. You can walk, step, or hop back. Here's the hop back to lower. Now we'll find the back bend, cobra or upward dog. Choose your back bend. You can have your thighs down and chest lower, or lift your thighs, press into your hands, chest lifts, maybe gaze lifts. Root through the top of your feet. Try to get right to the ankle bone if you can. Take 1 more deep inhale here. And now roll over the toes, come back to high plank position. 5 more push-ups. Use your knees if you need. Lucky 15 push-ups today. 5, 4, the strong Chaturanga push-up, and we'll build them in today after each back bend. 3, 2, last 1. Take a breath in. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Take an inhale and an exhale. 1 more inhale and exhale. Come behind your toes, bend your knees a lot, look forward, walk, step or hop. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to rise, 1 breath per movement here for Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your palms, Chaturanga, hop back. Inhale for your back bend, cobra, upward dog. 1 extra high plank to Chaturanga or straight to downward dog. 2 breaths. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Another deep breath in and a deep breath out. Come behind your toes, bend your knees a lot, look forward. Walk, step, or hop all the way. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Stay standing. Hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Find your chair pose. Big toes are touching, heels apart. Sit down into the chair. Sweep your fingertips back. I want to hold here for a few breaths. So if you can, get your index fingers onto the mat and pull yourself back. but resist the urge to fall back by scooping your tailbone towards your heels. Get your thighs low, keep that. And then reach your arms up to the sky. Try to draw your kneecaps back so you could look down and see your toes if you wanted to. Curl the tailbone under even more and you'll feel Mula Bandha, the lowest abdominal lock, and Uddiyana Bandha, the center of your core. Draw them together, nice and tight. Sit down lower. Hug the inner thighs. One more deep breath. Reach up. As you exhale, lift your hips and fold. Ardha Uttanasana to realign. As you exhale, plant your palms, walk, step, or hop back. Here's a step back, high plank, and then to lower, chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, thighs are lifted, chest is lifted, arms are straight. Come back to high plank position from either one. Extra chaturanga if you like. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. One more, inhale and exhale. On your inhale breath, lift your right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, right knee to right upper arm, pause here and hold. If you have a practice of bending your elbows, you can. Kundanyasana B if you have it, or just stay and hold. Inhale, sweep it back up. Exhale, cross your right knee to your left upper arm, pause here. If you have Kundanyasana A, you can go for it, or fall in triangle. Right leg extends, left hand lifts up. Maybe you hover your leg, maybe you even grab your foot and extend. Inhale, sweep it back up. Those are options. Knee to chest. Keep coming forward. Step your right foot inside your right thumb. Back heel spins down. Heels are hip distance apart. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Pivot the outer edge of your back heel down to the mat. Take another inhale, lift higher. As you exhale, sweep your hands behind your lower back. Interlace your palms together. And lift your chest to the sky. Deep inhale and a long exhale. One more inhale and we bow. Exhale, Baddha Virabhadrasana. Let the head come down, let the hands lift up. Pull the outer edge of your right hip back. Maybe your right shoulder is on your right thigh. Maybe you dip all the way down. Keep hugging your right hip back. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more. Close your hands nice and tight. Pull your right hip back. Inhale to release. Let your arms come all the way up. Pull to the sky. Big breath. As you exhale, plant your palms down. Keep your right leg floating if you can as you make your way into chaturanga. Low push-up. Tops of the feet completely down. Lift your heart, stretch up, look up. High plank position, chaturanga if you like. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Take a deep Ujjayi breath in. A deep Ujjayi breath out. Inhale, left leg lifts up to the sky. Exhale, left knee to left upper arm. Go for Kundanyasana or Chaturanga arms, whatever you kind of have the space for. Inhale, sweep it back up. As you exhale, cross your right knee to your left upper arm. Kundanyasana A if you have it. I like to teach that in my classes. But give it a try. Or fall in triangle. Try to hold. Maybe you hover the leg. Maybe you hook the foot and extend. Sweep it back up. Inhale. Exhale, knee to chest. Keep coming forward, round. Step through, back heel, spins down, rise up. Warrior 1. Outer edge of your left hip pulling back. Right thigh pushing forward. Outer edge of your right foot is rooted down. Reach your arms up to the sky. Big breath in and a big breath out. One more. Inhale. As you exhale, hands float to the lower back. Find your opposite grip. Interlace the hands, let the knuckles move down, chest lift up. Deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, bow forward. Let your head drop so your shoulders have space to open up. Maybe you come all the way down. Outer edge of your left hip pulling back. Maybe the crown touches. Try to keep your hands close tight together. Squeeze the shoulder blades. One more breath. Stay here. Exhale. Use your hands to pull you all the way back up. Reach for the sky, big stretch. Exhale, hands come down. Keep that left leg floating as you find chaturanga. Take your back bend. Work for the ankle bone to get down to the mat. Lift your thighs, big stretch of the heart. Reach up. High plank to chaturanga if you like. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. 3 deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling, Ujjayi. Deep breath in, and a long breath out. Okay, come high on your toes, bend your knees a lot. Look forward to the top of your mat. Get as light as you can in your lower body and as weighted into your finger pads as possible. Maybe step your toes together to touch. Come high on your toes, maybe walk in just a little bit. Get a little spring in your step, and maybe you find a little hop as you kick your bum to your heels a couple of times. And then the 3rd or 4th time, hop through. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Big toes touch, heels slightly apart. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit down and reach up. Scoop the tailbone toward your heels. Reach your arms to the sky. Take a deep inhale, kneecaps are pulling back, hips are lowering. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist to your right. Feel free to use your right hand to pull the hip back. Left knee and left hip pulling back. Tense your fingertips here. It really helps to strengthen your hands for balancing postures. Turn and look over your right shoulder. See if you can lift your chest away from your thighs. You press your top hand to your bottom hand. Finger pads connecting. Deep breath in. If you like, deep breath out. If you have a hand balance, hands can come out to the right side, parallel with the top edge of your mat. Maybe you find side crow. Maybe you straighten your legs. Maybe you kick your top leg back. Kundanyasana A. One more breath, wherever you've decided to be. On your next inhale, bring yourself back through center. Stay in the chair, reach your arms up, challenge yourself. Big breath in. Hands to heart center. Exhale, twist to the left. Pull your right knee back, right hip back. Tense your fingertips again. Look over your left shoulder. Try to pull your hips back and down. You can stay here. You can open your wings. You can come in for a little balance. Palms shoulder distance apart, out to the left. Extend your legs straight. Maybe kick your top leg back. Kundanyasana A. Good. Inhale. On your exhale, come back through center. Stay in the chair. Take one more breath in. Exhale and fold. Come halfway up. Lift your chest until your back is flat. Exhale, palms down. One more. Inhale. Good. As you exhale, plant your palms down. Chaturanga. Cobra or upward dog. High plank. Chaturanga. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, right leg lifts up to the sky. Let's go for that flow again. Right knee to right upper arm. Pick your variation. Float it out if you like. Inhale, back and up. Cross your right knee to your left upper arm. Float it out. Fallen triangle is a nice variation, or Kundanyasana A. Maybe extend that leg. Right leg lifts back and up. Exhale, knee to chest. Keep coming forward. Look right in the center of your thumbs. Round the spine. Step your heel in the center. Back heel spins down. I'll turn around. Back heel spins down. Front heel to back arch alignment. Warrior 2. Bend deeply into your front knee. I'm just going to push my camera back a little bit. You can see a little bit better. Good. Warrior 2, front knee is bent right over top of the ankle. Arms are extended forward and back. Front knee tracking towards the pinky toe. Strong energy through your arms. So in the passage I read to you, it's about keeping your energy open, your heart open. So not loose arms, strong connected arms. Channel that energy, be that beacon of light. Deep inhale, long exhale. Good, 3 more breaths. So hug the outer right thigh under, left thigh open, bend deeply. Strong core, keep your chest lifted, shoulders right over top of your hips. 2 more breaths, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale. Viparita Virabhadrasana. Flip your right palm up, reach it back. Maybe cup your head in your hand, turn your chest open. Maybe you go for a half bind or a full bind. And wherever you are, turn your heart to the sky and look up. Bend your front knee more, keep that knee right over the ankle. Deep breath in, and a long breath out. 1 more, inhale, exhale. Back to warrior 2 you go, inhale, side angle pose, Parslokonasana. Start with your right forearm to your right thigh, left arm up. Maybe you go deeper, maybe with a block inside your right foot. Maybe you sweep that top arm over your head. Full extension here. Feel free to stay or come for a bind. Left hand flips around, right arm under. You're welcome to stay here. Pulling your right hip in toward the center of your mat, left thigh open. Go for bird of paradise if you have it. Lots of my regular students do. Step your back foot in. I'll just face forward so you can see. You'll stand up facing the front of your mat. I'm facing the side so you can see me. Roll your top shoulder open. Roll your hip open. Stay here, look forward and up, and maybe extend your right leg fully up. Deep breath in, and a deep breath out. And then make your way back, all the way back. Side angle pose, warrior 2. Beautiful flow, everyone. Inhale, and exhale. Peel your back heel off the mat as you reach your arms forward and up. Big stretch, reach up. Exhale, vinyasa. Plant your palms down. Step your left foot back to, or right foot back to float. Forgot where I was. Right foot floating, chaturanga, cobra upward dog, high plank to chaturanga, and downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Another deep inhale, and a long exhale. Left leg lifts, inhale. Left knee to left upper arm. Take a variation if you like, chaturanga arms or kundanyasana. Inhale, sweep it back up. Cross to the right side, stay here, kundanyasana A, or maybe an extension. Big breath in, and a big breath out. Good, come back to center, lift that leg. Step your left heel right between your thumbs. Very carefully set it down. Find that alignment, front heel to back arch, and rise up, warrior 2. Spread your feet wide enough apart that your front thigh can drop down parallel to the earth, extending through your fingertips. Gazing down your front hand, 5 deep breaths here. Strong energy channeling up through the earth, through your open heart, through your fingertips. Send me some love through your fingertips. I want to feel it here. Send it out into the world, all these people giving their time and energy right now to those who need it the most. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Couple more here. Deep inhale. Hug your left hip under. Right thigh rolls open. Gaze deeply. Last deep inhale. Exhale. Left palm flips up. Let's pull it back. Stay here, Viparita Virabhadrasana, or cup your head in your hand and turn your chest open. Bend your front knee more. Try to lift your heart to the sky. Maybe your right hand comes behind, half bind or full bind. Send the energy from your heart chakra up into the universe. They really need it right now up there. Let it shower down all around the planet. A deep breath in, a deep breath out. 1 more. Arch back. Inhale. And exhale. Unwind, warrior 2. Start to lean forward over your front thigh, Parslokonasana side angle. But set yourself up here in a sustainable position. It might be here. Try to keep your chest lifting. You're in this position, or even if you lower your hand, your chest is still lengthening. Stay here or go for the extension. Top arm reaching over your head. Uttita Parslokonasana. You can stay here or go for a half bind. Right arm spirals behind. Maybe tucks to the left thigh. Maybe left arm comes all the way underneath. You can wrap your left fingers around your right wrist. Turn your heart open. Stay here or step forward with your right foot. This time I'll face the top of my mat. Stand all the way up. Take your gaze with you as you rise up. Hip and shoulder open. Stay standing nice and tall or extending your leg out to the side. Think of pointing to the top left corner of the room. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Take your time to come back, side angle pose, all the way back the same way that you got there. Press into your strong feet, warrior two. Strong gaze down your front fingertips. On your inhale, peel your back heel off the mat, arms reach up, high crescent. Palms come down, left leg floats, chaturanga. Keep exhaling. Cobra or upward dog. Upward dog, try to roll the inner edges of your feet down, ankles right to the mat. Deep breath in. High plank chaturanga. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. You can inhale here and a long exhale. Now on your next inhale, step your big toes together, ripple forward, high plank pose. Lower down onto your right forearm and your left forearm. Makara Adho Mukha Svanasana. Dolphin down dog. We'll stay here in the plank position or start to walk your feet in toward your elbows. Lifting the hips high and drop your head, pull your chest through your arms. Lift your hips higher, right on your toes. Hug the elbows into each other, keep a nice strong core. You can look forward here if you like and maybe lift your right leg up. Keep hugging your elbows toward your left toe. Lower that down, lift your left leg up. Hug your elbows toward your right toes. And lower down. One more lift of the hips. Slowly walk back to the plank position, draw the belly in, hug your toes toward your elbows. Strong core, deep breath. Inhale and exhale. And now bring your right hand down to the mat, straighten your right arm. Left hand down to the mat, straighten your left arm, high plank pose. With your big toes touching, take your right hand forward, turn to the outer edge of your right foot, left hand lifts up. Vashisthasana. Stay here, make a little kickstand if you need with your top foot, or maybe lower your bottom knee. You can be in a supported Vashisthasana. Take any variation here of the legs. Maybe you want to lift the leg up, maybe you go for tree pose, maybe you go for a full bind. Any variations. Breath in and breath out. One more. Inhale and exhale. Good. Come back to high plank pose. Step your feet apart, take a vinyasa. Chaturanga, cobra, upward dog. High plank, chaturanga. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take an inhale breath and an exhale breath. Inhale, ripple forward, high plank pose. Lower your left forearm down to the mat, right forearm down. We'll start preparing for Makara Adho Mukha Svanasana, dolphin down dog. But from here, draw the belly in. Feel free to stay, even lower your knees. Or start to walk your feet in toward your elbows. And again, we'll practice lifting the leg. We'll start with the left leg lifting. Rock high on the toes, drop your head. Hug, not dropping the head to the mat, but look at your right foot. Lift your heel as high as you can, left leg lifts. Same thing other side, so crown of the head isn't touching down, just let your gaze drop to your back foot. Lift up a little higher. Good, lower it down. One more breath here, look to your thumbs as you lift the hips as high as possible, hug in. Good, and then release all the way back. Dolphin plank pose. Left hand into the mat, left arm lengthens, right hand to the mat, right arm lengthens, high plank pose. Uttita Chaturanga Dandasana. Hug your toes toward your hands. Step your feet together. Left hand forward, roll to the outer blade of your left foot. Right arm reaches up. Take your variation if you need to step your top foot in front, or lower your bottom knee down, or take your leg variation. You could try tree pose. You could try Padangusthasana. Extend it up. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Let's come back through center, high plank pose. Take your vinyasa. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lower. Inhale for your back bend. High plank, chaturanga. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Take an inhale here and a long exhale. On your next inhale breath, walk your hands to the back edge of your mat. Feet are hip distance apart. Lift up your toes and slide your left palm under your left foot, right palm under your right foot. And if you can't reach that, use your blocks on any setting. Back of the hands on the blocks and try to lengthen your arms. Even helps if you put them behind you so you can bow in a little bit. Wherever you are, Padahastasana. Let your elbows bend out to the sides, forehead to the shin. Last deep inhale. One more exhale. Pull in deeper. Release your hands one at a time. Walk back to downward facing dog, top edge of your mat with your hands. Take an inhale breath and a long exhale. Come behind your toes, bend your knees a lot. If you want to do a couple of kicks for a little handstand prep, you can. Nice and light, core engaged, kicking your bum with your heels, and then landing your feet between your hands. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale to fold. Let's take chair pose. Get those hips down. Reach your arms up to the sky. Hug the inner thighs toward each other. Let the arms be long, shoulders relaxed. Bring hands to your heart center. Interlace your palms. Press your hands away from you and then up toward the ceiling. Get your hips lower as the palms stretch up. Try to lower your hips right behind your heels if you can, but keep your feet flat as you press your palms up. Take another deep breath in here. Stay for the exhale. On your inhale, release your hands down to the mat under your shoulders. Come behind your toes, lift your heels. Kakasana, crow pose, or Bakasana, crane pose. Fingertips are spread wide. Press down into your finger pads. Bend your elbows back. Take your knees to your upper arms. Try to rest above the tricep. Hinge forward. Look forward. Round the spine. And from here, stay. Or maybe one or both of your feet lift up. Balancing on your hands, looking forward. Press into your hands. Try to straighten your arms, working for crane pose, Bakasana. Round the upper back, look forward. One more deep inhale. Take your vinyasa, walk, step, or shoot back. Chaturanga, cobra or upward dog. High plank, chaturanga. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky, big stretch. Look forward, step all the way through, heel down between your thumbs. Back heel, front heel aligned, warrior two, or front heel, back arch aligned. Get deep into that front knee. Now on your inhale breath, straighten your front leg. Heel toe your back foot in just a little bit. Hinge at the hips, reach forward, and then pivot those arms, Trikonasana. Feel free to use a block on the inside or outside of your right foot. If you can go deeper, maybe get the big toe lock with your peace finger and pull up on your toes as you push down at the same time. Spread your arms apart, deep breath in, and a long breath out. Maybe extend that top arm over your ear, getting that core strength. Maybe extend your bottom hand as well, both hands reaching forward. Roll your top shoulder open, tuck your right hip under, deep inhale, To the long exhale. Left hand to your left hip. Softening to your right knee, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Lift your back leg up. Turn your heart open and maybe reach your top arm to the sky. Use a block, but be light onto that rock. Maybe lift enough that you can float your fingertips. If you have the Chapasana variation, bend your top knee. Reach for the outer edge of your foot with your palm. And kick that foot into your hand. Maybe so much that your bottom hand floats. Deep inhale. And a long exhale. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. Release through Ardha Chandrasana to standing L-shaped pose. Both hands to the mat. Left leg is lifted in the air. Take your right thumb into your right hip crease to pull it back so your left thigh levels down. Press out through your heel, left toes curling toward you. Take another inhale here. And now as you exhale, standing splits pose. Urdhva Prasarita Ekapadasana. Pull your right calf up. As you lift your left leg higher, let the head come down. The more you release your head, the higher the leg will lift. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Inhale and exhale. And those of you that want to play with handstand, bring your palms flat to the mat. Come high onto your right toes. Maybe hop your right foot a little further back. Lift your right heel. Start to swing that left leg up and down. Finger pads pressing down. And maybe you get a couple light hops. Couple of light hops here. Making your way back to standing L-shaped pose. You're ready. Bringing your left knee in towards your right. Take your gaze forward and up as you stand up. Bring your left knee with you. All the way up. Beautiful work, everybody. Hands to hips, knee is lifted. Feel free to stay here and just focus on your balance. You could also take tree pose. Vrikshasana, hands to heart. Or crossing the left ankle over your right thigh, sit down into the chair, Ardha Utkatasana. Start to lean forward over your thighs. You can stay here or hook your elbows in front of your shin bone. Stay here or work for Ekapadagalavasana. Hands come down, shin balances across the elbows, right leg extends back. Yesterday we worked into dragonfly pose. If you want to go for that, elbow on the inside of your left foot. Balance out to the side. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Your variation, I know I have a lot of strong yogis following this practice right now. Take a couple more breaths where you are. And then when you're ready, come back to this half chair pose. Rise up, bring your knee with you. Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3. Plant through the right foot, left leg extends back behind you, reach. Deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Soften your right knee, step all the way back, open up to the long edge of your mat. Take an inhale breath, and an exhale breath. Hands come to your hips, inhale to lengthen, exhale, fold. Catch yourself halfway down. Inhale, lengthen your heart. Exhale, fold in. Prasarita Padottanasana. We'll have 2 sets, one on each side. So take a variation that works for you. It might be a shoulder opener. It might be a bind somewhere along the edges of your legs or your feet. Maybe you take your fingertips back behind you. Maybe you go for your Shirshasana B. If your head comes all the way down, you can work into the tripod headstand, but only if it's something that you know that you regularly practice or you have some support, maybe a wall. If you're coming into Shirshasana, keep hugging the elbows in, light weight on your head as you grip through the finger pads and lift up through your torso. Hug the elbows in, deep breath in, and deep breath out. And you can stay here for a couple more breaths in any variation that you decided to take. As you're coming down from Shirshasana, let the feet flex. Keep your legs active. Go slowly. Try to touch your heels before your toes. And everybody, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, turn yourself to the front of your mat. Lower your right knee down. Take an inhale breath, reach your arms up to the sky, big breath in, and a big breath out. Actually, I think it should be the left knee down, because I went the other way. Left knee down, reach up. Good, sink deeper. On your inhale, arms to the sky. As you exhale, sweep your hands back. Try to stay floating as you bring your chest toward your thigh. Inhale, back up, reach up. Exhale, hands come back. Keep your hands floating. Inhale, back up. Exhale, come back. Stay right here. If you want to take a deeper variation, palms come down. Right heel goes further forward, left knee slides further back, working toward your expression of Ardha Hanuman or Hanuman pose. Right hip pulling back, left thigh forward. Take an inhale breath here to lengthen. Exhale to fold. One more deep inhale. One more long exhale. Start to walk your hands under your shoulders. Tuck your back toes to slide your left knee further in. Right foot plants down, palms underneath your shoulders. Take an inhale breath here. Lift your back knee up. Sweep your right leg back and up. Three-legged dog. Stack your hip open. Bend your knee. Look underneath you. Maybe flip over. Wild thing or Urdhva Dhanurasana. I'll stay here, but you can take any variation. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Deep breath in and a long breath out. And now come back to three-legged dog. Take a vinyasa. Exhale to lower. Both feet plant down, cobra or upward dog. High plank, chaturanga. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Take an inhale here and a long exhale. Inhale, left leg lifts, step it through between your thumbs. Back heel spins down, open it up. Warrior two. Inhale your front leg to straight. Heel toe your back foot in just a little bit. Hinge forward at your front thigh. When you can't reach anymore, pivot your arms. Stay here in triangle pose. I'll be right back just a moment. Get interrupted at the door. Triangle pose. You can stay here. Maybe your top arm is reaching. Maybe both hands are reaching. One more breath. And then we'll make our way into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. As you're ready, step forward onto your front foot. Feel free to use that block. Roll your top shoulder open. Reach your right arm up. Maybe gaze up. Be light onto your left fingertips. Stay here or bend your top foot. Reach for the outer edge of your foot with your hand. Kick your foot into your hand. Maybe you lift your chest so much that your left hand can float. Right knee is lifting. Deep breath in and a long breath out. And let's make our way into standing L-shaped pose. Take your time. Left thumb goes into the left hip crease. Lift your chest. Stay here or start to walk your hands toward your standing leg. Left hand comes behind, right leg lifts. Urdhva Prasarita Ekapadasana, right leg lifting high as the head comes down. Forehead right to your shin. Be active through your standing leg. Deep breath in and out. Bring your gaze back through center. Bring your knees together to touch. Look forward. Oh, I forgot a little hops to handstand. Let's do that first. If you're doing some hops to handstand, you can come back to standing L-shaped pose. Maybe walk your left foot back a little bit. Right leg goes up and down. Take a few hops and come back to center. When you're ready, if you're still hopping, don't worry. Right knee comes in to meet the left. Stand all the way up. Take your right leg out to the right. cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Hands to your heart. Slowly start to sit back and down. Ardha Utkatasana, half chair. The elbows in front of your shins if you like. You can work for Ekapada Galavasana or Parsva Bhuja Dandasana. So here's Ekapada Galavasana, flying pigeon. Hug the elbows in, round the back, or maybe go to the side, palms come down, chaturanga arms, left leg extends. Good to strengthen those hands. Come back halfway, and then stand all the way up. Bring your knee with you, try to stay balanced, reach up. Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3. Arms extend, leg extends. Find your steady balance. And then step all the way back. Open up to the long edge of your mat. Take a breath in and a breath out. Hands come to your hips, inhale. Second side, Prasarita Padottanasana. So take your variation. Something nice to do at this point is to turn the toes out and go for Skandasana, a nice hip opener. Pressing your left heel out, bending your right knee a lot. You can stay here, you can open it up, maybe go for a bind. If you're in the forward fold variations that we did last time, any of those are beautiful. If you're in Skandasana, come to the other side. If you're in any other variation where you need to switch sides, just switch sides as you're ready. Beautiful, come back through center. Everyone come to a halfway lift. Turn yourself toward the front of your mat and inhale here. And exhale, lower the right knee down. And then reach your arms up to the sky. Big breath in, Anjaneyasana. Big breath out. Take an inhale. As you exhale, sweep your hands back. Lean forward over your front thigh, floating Ardha Hanuman, one of my favorite positions. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull back. One more inhale. Exhale. Good. We'll stay here if you'd like to go deeper. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders. Slide your left heel more forward, right leg more back. I sure have a new appreciation for people who do live TV and lead fitness classes where they have to talk and do it at the same time. It's giving me a good cardio workout, and it's a challenge for the mind too. A deep breath in and a long breath out, and feel free to fold in. Left hip pulling back, right thigh forward. Take one more deep inhale. Stay for the exhale. Palms come back underneath the shoulders. Tuck your back toes as you slide your right knee in, enough to get your left foot planted down. Back to a lunge position, right knee lifts, palms under shoulders. Grip the mat tight with your finger pads. Inhale, left leg sweeps up. Start to stack your hip open, bend your knee, drop your foot to the right. Maybe this time I'll flip over. I'll turn my right fingertips out to the right. You can come to wild thing. Outer edge of your right foot planting down, left heel lifting. Or walk your feet to parallel. And maybe you can turn it all the way over. Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow. Legs and arms are straight, hips are lifting, gazing back. Deep breath in and a long breath out. And when you're ready, from whichever position, flip it back around, three-legged dog. Take your vinyasa. Deep inhale. High plank chaturanga if you like. Nice long exhale. On your next inhale, slowly walk your hands toward the back of your mat. take your feet wide in a kind of a V shape. Cross your forearms. Make an X with your forearms. Bring your wrist behind your knees and sit down. So a nice wrist release here. Squeeze your right hand with your knee and thigh, then left hand with your knee and thigh, side to side. And maybe while you're here, try to pull your elbows away from each other, and this will get a little bit of traction release with the wrists. Squeeze in nice and tight. Give your wrists a massage. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Then make your way back to downward dog as you're ready. Walking your hands forward. I have to let my dogs out. From downward facing dog, take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And slowly lower down onto your knees. And for a moment here, take your hands beside you, palms pressing down, and face the inner wrist creases forward. And start to pull back just a little bit. So a little warm up for the wrists here. And same thing, other side, like Padahastasana. Press the tops of your hands down and pull your arms to straight. Try to press your wrist creases forward as you push the back of the hands down. Maybe rock a little bit side to side. And then release your hands, give them a good shake. So right here we'll work into two variations of Mayurasana, peacock pose. One is Pincha Mayurasana on the forearms, and the other is full peacock pose with the fingertips either pointed to the side or back toward your feet as you balance into the pose. So I'll demonstrate, you can do it with me. If you have a wall, you're welcome to use a wall. Also, if you have a headstand practice, you can practice from headstand and then separate your hands and move them into peacock. So I'll show you the position from both options. I don't have a wall in front of me, but I'm going to come down and bring my hands and arms parallel like a number 11. And you can even check that by holding your elbows with your hands. Do you want to come up? You can come up. Come on up. Go in. You can hold your elbows and then bring your arms to parallel. Stay here, or start to come into a plank pose. Doggy. Excuse me, I have to cope with dogs here. Can you help me, please? You heard me swallow. Just right here. I don't know what you're really bugging me. I have to stop 3 times. All right, from the forearm position, plank pose, and then walk your feet in toward your knees. And then from here, you can lift your right leg up to start. And maybe you stay here or take a couple of light hops to lift that left leg. And maybe it comes to touch and maybe it won't. You can also try the other side. Left leg lifts up. Lift your heel. Maybe a couple light hops. Maybe take the doggies for a walk if they're barking. And then from here you can take a rest. If you have a wall to do headstand or you have a freestanding headstand practice, I'll demonstrate from headstand. So head comes down, elbows not any wider than shoulder distance. You can lift your legs in any way that works for you to come into headstand. And then from here, if you have the wall, rest your toes against the wall. If you're not using the wall, stay steady and try to separate your hands. Elbows stay where they are. Press into your strong fingers and lift your gaze. Pincha Mayurasana, feathered peacock pose. And then lower the head, slowly lower down. Hold as long as you like. Take a few breaths in child pose. Let your hips come down to your heels. Let your forehead rest on the mat. Take 5 deep breaths. Deep inhale. And a long exhale. Few more. Deep inhale. And exhale. The last one. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly roll yourself up. And we'll work into Pincha Mayurasana. So there are some different variations here. I like to get into this variation from a seated lotus pose. If you have half lotus, Padmasana or Ardha Padmasana, half lotus, you can, or even any cross-legged variation. We'll just skip the beginning of it today. If you have the full Mayurasana pose, it's like chin, we call it chin stand sometimes. You're welcome to do that as well. So come forward onto your knees. So either with your legs crossed in a regular cross-seat position or lotus pose. Come onto your knees. Fingertips can turn out to the edges of your mat. So it will look like this. But the more traditional is pinkies touching and front of the inside of the wrist facing forward. So you decide what works for you. Start to bend your elbows back, and you need to sometimes work the chest through the space of your arms to get there. Try to keep your hands as close together as you can. Bend your elbows and lean forward. Elbows going toward the gut, so this is really good for your digestion, although it might not feel that way at the moment. Lean forward, and maybe you stay right here, or if it's possible, legs hover, chin hover. So you can try that and then release and just take a moment of break. So that's the peacock pose. Some people practice with the legs straight. You're welcome to do that as well. This is a seated cross-legged variation. But from this cross-legged variation, we'll work into the chin stand. So if you took lotus, maybe cross your legs the other way, or if you crossed your legs in some way, cross them the other way. Come back onto your knees, either fingertips pointing out to the side or back toward your shins. Lean forward, bend your elbows, and this time the chin comes down and the legs lift up. And hold. And then try to hover. Good. And then take a vinyasa. That's hard to do while talking. Lift your chest. High plank to chaturanga. I'm sure my regular students are just thinking this is payback for all the hard classes I've given. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Now look forward to the top of your mat. Let's hop through again let's hop to kneeling. Let's hop to kneeling. We'll try that one more time. So in case you're just practicing, practice and all is coming. Kadabadi Joy said. This practice doesn't come easily. It's not that we step on our mat and nail all these poses. It's a day-to-day lifetime practice. Just like the tools that we use here, we use them out in the world, but nobody's perfect, and we often fall apart here on our mat. Sometimes we fall apart out there in the world, but use this as an opportunity to strengthen and fortify. So one more time, let's try it again. Cross-legged position, or Ardha Padmasana or full Padmasana. Come forward onto the knees. You can try the hovering position first. Try to hold that hover, chin hovering, legs hovering, and then release. And as you come down, try to find the hover again. Beautiful. And then take your vinyasa. Everything's better on the second set. My beautiful friend Jody always says. Sometimes there's a third set, but not today. Downward facing dog. Now from here, my favorite thing, jump through to seated. So take a look at me first if you're not practicing this. You can jump through with your legs crossed, but it's really good practice to try jumping through with straight legs. You can use blocks under your hands. When you jump up, lift the legs and shoot them through. And land on your bum. Good work. Give yourself a little wrist rotation, ankle rotation. Really beautiful work out there today. I can see everybody's watching and not commenting, so they must be working hard. Bring your feet toward the top of your mat. Bring your hips forward. Today we will take a lot of back bends. 7 back bends, 1 for each of the chakras. So a back bend is a full extension of the front line of the spine. So think of each one of the chakras opening, and I'll turn down the music just a little bit so you can hear as we move through each chakra what is opening. And like I read at the beginning in that passage, the more we stay open, the more the energy flows and the more light we can share with the world around us. So take your options for back bends. It will be either of these 3 options. A supported back bend, block on any setting, little bridge pose, Setubandha Sarvangasana, and hands can interlace, or Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow. Hands beside your ears, lifting the hips and pushing up. We'll hold each back bend for just 5 breaths. There'll be 2 breaths between each back bend. So set yourself up. First back bend is for Muladhara, the root chakra. So think of the root, the tailbone, really extending here. Set yourself up either for a little bridge pose, supported bridge, or Urdhva Dhanurasana, and go. 5 deep breaths. For Muladhara chakra, our root, our safety, our foundation. Reach it up. Keep going. Hold on to it wherever you are. Breathe in and breathe out. Last one. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly lower down. You can take your hands under your seat if you like. Any leg variations, either feet touching, knees wide, or feet wide, knees together, or even extending your legs straight. Take a breath in and a breath out. Second back bend. Set yourself up, supported bridge, little bridge, or Urdhva Dhanurasana. 5 deep breaths. If you want, hug a block between your inner thighs. 4 more breaths. And this one is for our sacral chakra, Svadhisthana, our sexual energy, our creative energy. So much of it is being limited right now through this isolation period. So trying to find that's a tongue twister. Trying to find ways to stay creative is challenging right now. Couple more deep breaths. This is my way of staying creative, sharing these videos with you. 1 more deep inhale, maybe 2. Long exhale. Let's take 1 more for good measure. Inhale, lift up. Again, you can lower down onto your hands or place your hands, 1 to heart, 1 to belly. Take any leg variation. 2 deep breaths. Sigh out your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Third back bend. For the solar plexus, Manipura chakra, we consider this to be our power center. So this is a very deep opener for the solar plexus as the back bend. So get into your back bend. 5 deep breaths. Thinking of your own identity, your own source of power. How are you getting energy right now during this time? How are you connecting with your own source? Very challenging time for that. And again, the opportunity to share yoga with you, honestly, is one of the most healing things I think I could do right now. And I hope you doing yoga is healing for you as well. 2 more. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Find your release. Hands underneath you or on your torso. Any leg variation. Inhale. Exhale. Feel free to sigh out your mouth. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Anahata chakra, the center of the energy centers, the heart chakra. This is why we do these back bends, to get the center open. So get into your back bend and feel the expansiveness of your heart. Focus your energy there. Maybe come back to your intention and dedicate this energy through that intention from your heart. Dedicate the energy out wherever you would like. A few more deep breaths. If you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, the heart very open here, pressing the chest away from you up toward the sky. All the 7 chakras working here. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Slowly start to lower down. Find your variation to release for 2 deep breaths. Inhale through your nose, sigh out your mouth as you exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Setting yourself up for your 5th back bend. The Shuddha chakra, the throat chakra, gets very activated in this posture, especially if you take a little bridge pose, putting a little bit of pressure on the back of your neck. So it forces the chin slightly in towards the throat, so the thyroid gland is being activated, so that helps with our metabolism. If you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, you're arching the neck back, so really opening the throat. So connect here with anything that maybe you're holding inside that you haven't been able to voice. It's very challenging right now to communicate in many ways, being so isolated. So how are you finding ways to communicate? But also your ears so connected to the throat. Stay in the posture, a couple more breaths. So how are we listening? What are we hearing? What are we taking in? We're taking in so much. How do we process that in a way that's healthy? One more deep inhale. Nice long exhale. When you're ready, release down. Again, hands can be underneath you. For a wrist release, they can be on your heart and your belly. You breathe in. Take a leg variation that feels good. Breathe out. Another breath in. And another breath out. And set yourself up for your 6th back bend, the second last back bend. This time focusing our energy on Ajna Chakra, our intuition. So this is our inner knowing. And right now, many of us having to follow our intuition. What is the right thing to do? The right thing to do is to stay home and stay healthy and focus on staying calm. So get into your back bend and focus the energy, especially in any inversion. Blood is coming toward the head more easily, so flushing out the brain, including the space between your eyes. Keep your 2 eyes closed and your 3rd eye open always. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Whichever variation you're in, allowing blood flow toward the 3rd eye. Deep breath in and a long breath out. One more inhale. Exhale. If you're ready to release, take a couple of breaths here. Any variation that feels good for you. And our last and final back bend will be focused on Sahasrara, the crown of the head, the crown chakra. If you have an Urdhva Dhanurasana practice and you want to come up and just stay on the crown of your head for a few breaths, you can even walk your elbows to either side of your head, interlace your palms, and take the forearm variation. So lots of forearms today. So feel free to stay there. If you're in a little bridge pose, still letting the blood flow to the brain in this gentle inversion. Take a breath in and out wherever you are to focus the energy there. Couple more deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Last breath for the back bends here. Inhale and exhale. And then allow yourself to release down. This time we'll all come to Supta Baddha Konasana. Feet are together, knees are wide. Feel free to use blocks under your outer thighs if you have them or if you need them. If you want a wrist release, hands come underneath you. You can sit onto your wrists or one hand onto your abdomen, one hand onto your heart. And feel that expansiveness of energy that you've created. Big belly breath in. Sigh out your mouth. Ha. Inhale. Exhale. Read to you a beautiful message from the Untethered Soul again from Michael A. Singer. While you're here, he says, all the great teachings reveal the way of the center, the way of balance. Constantly look to see if that's where you are living or if you are lost in the extremes. The extremes create their opposites. The wise avoid them. Find the balance in the center and you will live in harmony. So as you're here feeling all the balance of all the energy in your 7 chakras, feel yourself here in the center, here in harmony. Take one more deep inhale here. Stay for your exhale. Close your legs together to touch. Hug behind your thighs. Give yourself a little rock forward and back or side to side and make your way up to your seat. And then open up your legs. I myself like to turn to the long edge of my mat so both my heels are on the mat. You can stay forward if you like. Fingertips back behind you to lengthen the spine. Take an inhale here. Upavishta Konasana. Legs are active, heels are pressing out. When you're ready, start to hinge forward. Feel free to use a block in front of you if you want to stay up. Where's my other block? Stay up a little higher. Maybe you're on your forearms. Maybe you cup your head with your hands. Nice little scalp massage here. Maybe you can go deeper. Maybe you let your chest come all the way down or closer to the earth. Maybe hands inside of your feet. Wherever you are, take 5 more deep breaths, restoring, relaxing, rejuvenating. And I've missed so much playing music the last few days from my classes. It's so nice to have this music. Soul Rising, thank you so much. Beautiful, beautiful music. You can see this playlist on my Spotify if you want to follow it. It's called Soul Yoga. He has so many beautiful albums. Come into a side stretch here when you're ready. Lift yourself up and turn towards your right leg. You can bring your right hand on your right thigh or inside with your whole forearm. Left hand to your left hip. Turn and twist open and maybe reach up and over your head. If you have a bind of your foot, that's great, but try not to get too tight. Create space here. Left buttock is still pressing down. Slowly rise up. Let's go to the other side. Left hand or forearm to the thigh. Maybe inside. Right hand reaches to the hip and turn. Reach up and over. Maybe a bind. Right buttock still pressing down. Center, sit up nice and tall, gather your knees in. If you're facing the side of your mat, turn back. Come back to the front of your mat. We'll slowly roll down onto our backs. Take an inhale here. Exhale to slowly come down one vertebra at a time. Once you get all the way down, give yourself a nice squeeze. Opportunity for an inversion here. It can be a happy baby pose. It can be Viparita Karani. You can even roll out your ankles and wrists. It's nice onto a block as well. And an option for Viparita Karani is to hug a knee into your chest and let one leg extend. So you can do this instead or both. If you have plow pose or shoulder stand, Halasana, feet over the head, support lower back. Sarvangasana, legs lift up, point your toes. If you want to work back into practice headstand, Shirshasana A, you can. At this point, I would avoid forearm stand again or handstand. They're a little bit too active. So try to find something that's a little slower, help to cool you down, bring the blood flow back down, blood pressure back down. Take 10 breaths in whichever variation you've chosen. And think about those 7 energy centers, all balanced and in harmony. And we often call this yoga experience a practice. Every time we come to our mat, we're practicing. What are we practicing for? Are we practicing to get better at these poses? Well, yes and no. I mean, that's a byproduct of this practice. But what we're really practicing for, I think, is the tools that we use in this practice. Our focus, our balance, our determination, our breathing, our dedication, whatever it is that you bring to the practice, those are the tools that help us outside in our daily life. That's what allows us to stay balanced and harmonious no matter what is happening around us. The walls could come crumbling down and you could still stay here and breathe. And that's what I hope you're practicing for today and every time you come to your mat. If you're still in an inversion, you can slowly make your way down and stay onto your back. If you've been in headstand, take a few breaths in child pose. And we'll take one last heart opener. I love this posture, Matsyasana, fish pose. Hands come underneath the seat, thumbs touching. Extend your legs to straight. Hug your shoulders toward each other, so right away the chest lifts up, and you might stay here. This might be enough for you. Or start to lift your chest and head up off the mat.
Tilt your chin all the way back until you can slowly lower to the crown. So beautiful stimulation for Sahasrara, the crown chakra. And all of the chakras being stimulated here, just like the back bends. And then from here, you can maybe float your legs, maybe hover your head. Try to take 5 deep breaths. Big heart opener. One last push of the heart up. Sharing that beautiful light energy with the world around us. When you're ready to come down, legs float down slowly, chin in toward the chest. Walk the hands out from underneath you by moving the hips. Allow yourself to stay centered for here just a moment, maybe hands to your belly. And you can stay here, shifting into Shavasana. If there's any last shape that you would like to take, you can take that shape. And then lay yourself down gently onto your mat. It would be good to take a 7 to 10 minute Shavasana, which I've left time for. If you would like to take an extended Shavasana, I won't keep the video going, but I would like you all to really take the time to honor what it is that you've put into this practice today. And before we go into Shavasana fully, we'll share the sound of Om Shanti Shanti again. You can stay lying down for this if you like. And then allow yourself to dive into your Shavasana practice, and please stay there as long as you would like. So from your back, lying in this beautiful, harmonious, and balanced shape, take a deep, clearing breath in through your nose. Full breath out your mouth. Exhale. Inhale to begin. Deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Wishing you all a beautiful day. May you continue to use this practice as a way to find balance and harmony in your life and to spread light into the world. Namaste.